So we are discussing the ban of the Russian social networks in Ukraine, which is also debated here, in regards of the freedom of speech, in regards of the press freedoms and all kind of the media, in context of the media. And we have a chance to talk also to Svitlana Matviyenko, who is the researcher of social media and cyber warfare in the University of the Western Ontario, and she's with us now talking with us from Canada, but she also knows well the Ukrainian environment of the social media and post-Soviet environment of the social media. So, of course, Svitlana, you are following. So we really would like to explain to also the foreign audience who is interested in this part of the world, really what this decision could make. What is your assessment? What do you think the Ukrainian government was trying to escape off, and how it would be seen, and what impact it would have to the discussion in the society where, as we know, the millions of people are followers of those networks?
Thanks, Natalia. Yeah, I think it's really important to talk about this situation and this decision. So when I just learned about this, my first reaction was that that was fake news. It was very strange, to say the least. And you are hearing this from the person who is actually incredibly, really critical of social media. And I don't belong to people who consider that social media initiates free speech and something like this. I actually think that social media is a means of control and manipulation of big audiences, especially today, when many governments actually realized how successfully they can do this. And yet, I think any act of censorship is really heavy, non-democratic, and it's also embody a certain reactionary politics and inability of the government to achieve certain, effect by other means.
What would you see, how it would be seen and how effective this tool would be? What they are really trying to stop, and would they be able? Because maybe the people also don't know the nature of the Russian social networks in particular.
Yeah, I think they won't be very effective because for several reasons. So I see this decision more tactical than strategic. Although I'm sure that the Ukrainian government considered it a strategic decision, a certain contribution in the future, and etc. However, I think it's more tactical because it affects just the current situation. And this tactics is more symbolic than practical. It means that they can, share themselves on social media, the fact that they're actually doing something, but in fact, there are so many means to avoid this control and this blocking, and all those means are pretty familiar to people, especially on the territories like Russia, Belarus, Ukraine, and etc. So that's why I think there will be so many ways to avoid the blocking. However, I also think, so that's why, and many specialists, IT specialists, and those who involved with internet service providers in Ukraine, they already expressed their opinion that they would be curious to see how all this will be implemented in practice, because in fact it's very difficult to control, and as I mentioned, it's also there are many possibilities to avoid for the users to break through those walls. So that's why all government people can boast about this on their own social media and kind of demonstrate how effective they are. However, they are not. It's really not practical. However, I see one positive thing here. I think this situation will also push many users to think more about alternative media and not deposit everything they have just, to one platform, for example, but actually think about security, about cryptology, about all possible means where they can avoid governmental control. And that's what I feel like it's an interesting push that I hope Ukrainian users will really explore.
Okay, oh, maybe they would just go to Facebook, you know, that's also the very probable way to see, and we'll see. So thanks a lot, Svitlana, for the insight, and we'll follow.